Welcome to the Conscious Creative Podcast, your weekly dose of soul-to-soul conversation that will have you saying peace out to your 9 to 5 to explore in your sacred calling. The topics center around conscious business and interviews with the folks who started them. We'll be exploring the art of being human and what it takes to live your life fully expressed and financially free. I'm Christina Gomes, and I went from high-paying job as a psychotherapist to leaving it all behind for my desire to travel the world playing my original music, to becoming the CEO and soulpreneur founder of freeyourcreativity.org, where I help visionary leaders create the businesses of their wildest dreams. If you have a sacred calling, stick around. My prayer is that you become the permission slip for the collective as you hear the soul-inspiring stories that call you forth into creative action. Let's get to the soul.
All right. It is day 3. We're here. We're ready to go. We're ready to rock. It's going to be a beautiful day. I love today's topic because this topic I am known for. The topic I'm going to teach you today is what my expertise really aligns me with. Oh, this is why I am here on earth, right? So the last 2 days have been such a treat. I've been having so much fun. So what have been your biggest takeaways over the last 2 days? Day 1, we really focused on transitioning you from low cost, accessible, cheap into high value guide with high standards and a high value offer in a price to match. We went over some math around that, around why you don't want to undervalue yourself anymore. But today I'm going to help you to actually price your offers so that when you're selling in integrity. So stay tuned for that. And then yesterday, we went over some beautiful topics. So what was your biggest takeaways? And today's topic is going to be centered around the 4 essential ingredients that every high value offer has, right? And you want to have these 4 ingredients if you want to attract high-paying clients without needing long sales conversations that feel convincing. You want to experience heart-centered selling. Tomorrow, I'm going to get into integrity selling techniques. But today, I want to talk to you about the ingredients of a high-value offer that's attractive to high-paying clients so that when they hear about your offer, so that when high-paying clients hear about your offer, you won't have to convince them. You will never feel like you're selling when you have a high-value offer and you know exactly what goes inside of it. And today, you're going to find out exactly what I've included in every one of my high-value offers that have sold to multiple 5-figure launches, right? Every time I announce an offer is available, it sells out using the techniques and by inputting these 4 ingredients into every high value offer I create. This also helps me to create offers fast. So you know by now that I have one signature soul-aligned offer that's high value, that gets results for people, that makes me consistent 10K months. But sometimes I put out offers for fun. And why it is so fun is because I know exactly what goes into a high value offer and I know how to sell it. So trying something out at this point and playing with my offers and having an offer suite is easy for me now, where it wasn't before. I wondered, how do I go high value? How are other coaches, guides, and workshop facilitators, transformational facilitators, how are they selling out these group programs? How are they filling up their rosters with fun to work with clients? And I'm over here wondering where clients come from. Give me a hand over your heart. Give me an emoji in the comments if you wonder where high-paying clients come from. Now, in my world, high-paying clients come from your high-value offer. If your offer is unique, if it lights you up to serve, if it has these 4 essential ingredients, it is going to feel like a no-brainer for high-paying clients to want to co-create with you, to want to work with you. So I promised that I would equip you over these 4 days with everything you need to know about selling out high value offers consistently, even if you have a small audience, right? And so today is all about your offer. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about your signature process and what that entails. So if you're just popping in now and you haven't checked out these beautiful sessions that we've been having, you're in the right place. And I invite you to watch those replays because each day is building on the next. We have Mia saying, woo, Jessica saying, hola, Hara, aloha from Hawaii. I lived in Hawaii for 7 years. Love it. Love that you're there. Amazing. Great. So let's pop into it now. So when becoming an entrepreneur and you started to decide that you wanted to be paid for your expertise and for your gifts of transformation, you knew that creating offers was the key. This is not new for you. This is not new information. Creating offers and offering them to people is the key if you want to be an entrepreneur that makes money. Now, if you want to make 10K consistent months with more space, without needing to have 20 client calls a day, then a high value, high ticket, high end offer provides you with that space. Now, when I first started, I didn't know this concept. When I first said, as an entrepreneur, I have all these gifts and talents and I want to be valued for them. I want to be paid to be me. I went about it a little bit backwards. I made some mistakes, and I'm going to share with you today 4 mistakes that new entrepreneurs make, and even seasoned entrepreneurs when they go to get paid and make offers and create offers, and what you can actually do instead, and what you can put inside your offer to ensure that it's high value, to ensure that it's attractive to high paying clients. Now, I spoke about this in the first session, but high paying clients are most likely looking for you already. They're looking for a guide that guides themselves regularly. They're looking for that offer that is the answer to the problem that they've identified that they have. So high paying clients usually have a problem that they've already identified. And so if you are able to speak to that problem in your offer and offer your offer in that vein, meaning you speak to the problem when you offer your offer and not what you think that people want, but you actually know your audience deeply and you know the problem that they have, then you intentionally create something that solves that problem. And there are some features that we're going to talk about today that make your program more high end and make it worth the money that you want to actually charge. And the money piece is what I want to talk about for right this moment. So imagine that you do have an offer and it is high end and people are just so stoked to say yes to it and be inside of it. Then you only need a handful of clients to make those consistent 10K months. And you know what that means for you is that you get that freedom in space, which I'm pretty sure that's why you started your business. Now, I started my business traveling. I lived in a van and I just wanted to be paid to be me. And then I raised my standards and realized that $1,000 a month, $2,000 in a month, it wasn't enough to be in this overflow that I'm in now. An overflow where I'm able to make money while at the spa. An overflow where I'm not spending my time in long, drawn out sales conversations that feel convincing and drain my energy. But I tell people about my offer and I put it together intentionally, and high paying clients want it. So high paying clients, they have the problem and your offer becomes the solution to that. And so the number one mistake I see high value guides make, guides, transformational facilitators that have these skills, these deep skills of transformation, is that they create videos, worksheets, automated funnels before they have proven results in their offer, in their process. So let me say that again. This is a big mistake, and I made it too. The very first offer that I put out, I definitely undercharged for it, but it was a course on creative expression and creative enhancement. I spent months filming this offer. I spent months creating a beautifully designed workbook. I spent months creating all of these automated funnels and trying to have an email list and a low cost free guide that led to this, that led to that. And because I had spent so much time and energy focused on those things, I thought it was those things that were going to sell my offer. So I came out of the internet and was like, hey, I have an offer that has this many videos and this many worksheets. Who wants it? And because I am who I am and I have a very fun presence, and I had been speaking in the online space and sharing around the world and had a loyal following, some people bought. But it wasn't enough to have me knowing that I can make a sustainable income from this. It was just like, okay, I guess I can do this. And that's great. And so the mistake I made is filming all these things, spending so much time and energy. When I really did the math, I wasn't actually paid well for that offering that I made. So what you can do instead is actually create an offer that is highly valuable to people without having to do that work of filming or creating worksheets, because that is not what is attractive to high paying clients. So what is attractive to high paying clients, like I said, is the results. Your client has a problem. They have a leading edge. They have something that they want to transform in their lives. And then your offer is positioned as the thing that solves their problem. And then you think about creating your offer from that space. And when you think about creating your offer from that space, what is essential? And the first essential ingredient of a high value offer is you and your presence. It's your presence, which is great. If you're a coach, if you're a guide, then you don't have to create a bunch of videos that actually collect dust in somebody's emails, really, and don't actually get them the results that they're after. So your presence, your intuitive gifts, your genuine nature of holding space, your ideas, your reflections, that is worth so much more than videos and a worksheet. And the great thing about that is that probably comes more naturally to you than working with all the fang-dangled equipment. Yes, I have this microphone. I have my ring light. I have a nice, beautiful laptop. And I didn't have those things in the beginning. And it kept me back for so long because I thought I needed all this fancy tech, and I needed these funnels, and I needed click funnels and whatever the fractal these things are, when really everything I needed, I actually already had. Everything I needed to attract high paying clients, I naturally had inside me. And when you're doing this work from a place of what is natural to you and what actually lights you up, and I'm believing that what lights you up is watching people transform. What lights you up is your own self-development. And if you can help somebody develop and transform and change in the ways that you have, this feels really good to your soul. This is why I help soul-led entrepreneurs, because we are taught when we come to the online space that you need all this crap that you don't actually need. And what you need as a high value guide with an offer that sells to 10K consistent months is your own transformations at the forefront. And the result that you've created in your life as a key feature. So if somebody has questions in your course, who do they go to? If someone has questions in your low cost course, who do they go to? And believe me, they're going to ask. They're going to reach out to you by email. They're going to find you somehow. And so you're going to be answering those questions anyway. You're just not going to be paid for them. So I know that you're ready to raise your standards of who you are and show up as who you naturally are, which is an amazing space holder, which is a coach, which is a guide, which is somebody that has words and presence and wisdom that can change someone's life. So when I first bought a high value offer, it didn't have all these fancy bells and whistles. I spent $8,000 on a 6-month coaching mentorship with the amazing Kim Argetsinger. And I was changed. I was transformed by her feedback, by her presence. And then, of course, sometimes she had a worksheet, but geared toward what I needed. So it wasn't a bunch of videos that I needed to go through. It was our connection. It was our container. It was our relationship that changed me. And so when I understood again, or re-understood, came back to the knowing that I had, that the relationship is key to results. The relationship that you create with your audience is key to sales, but the relationship that you create with your clients is key to results. And so how can you create a relationship if you're not present? So you may think like, yeah, but so-and-so has a course and so-and-so has a funnel. They've just been taught the same exact crummy advice that you've been given and taught. And I'm here to let you know that it has been so much easier and wildly fulfilling and satisfying to be a part of my clients' success and to be a part of my clients' transformation and to be a reflection and a sounding board. And for me to show up in that way, you're dang right I have a high value price. We're going to get to pricing in just a moment and how I actually price and how I teach my clients to price. Promise me that you're not going to waste your time in months of production and paying fancy videographers before you validate your process. Because I'm not saying that you can't have videos. My program has 6 modules of pre-recorded content and all of the worksheets that you need and love. I'm just saying what is the key feature is the 3 months of deep dive coaching and my eyes on your business and your voice being heard and your celebrations being celebrated by a group of soul-led entrepreneurs that get it, that see you, that want to celebrate you. And then you're energetically satisfied as well. You're not doing this alone behind a computer screen. You are with people. So let's get into mistake number 2. The number 2 mistake that I see soul-led entrepreneurs make when creating an offer is they price too low. They price too low and they compare their prices. And that's part of why they're pricing too low. So what happens when you go and compare yourself and your prices to so-and-so who is on the internet sharing their stories, talking about things that you like to talk about? What happens is you have absolutely no idea the intention and reasoning behind that person's price. Are they working with a business coach? Are they trying to do this shit alone? Do they have a shit ton of money blocks that you're not aware of? Or do they have a big audience? And so strategy-wise, it makes sense to sell a low ticket offer. One thing that I want you to know is that I do have a $100 masterclass available for sale on my website. Do I focus on that? No, it's a part of a strategy. But what makes me a majority of my revenue and what makes me consistent 20K months is my high value offer. And then we just get to play with different ways that you can lead people to that high value offer, whether it is a low cost masterclass that is a strategy, but it's not the strategy that's going to make you wealthy. And I do teach my clients how to launch their offers so that people know that their offer exists. So if you want to understand how to launch to multiple 5 figures and create 10K consistent months, then I invite you to apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, and you get that bonus module, my Love to Launch formula, that takes you from idea all the way to a multiple 5-figure launch. And right here, right now, we're going to continue on with the pricing. So I just want to invite you to understand that you can continue with the comparison, and it's not going to help. And it's not like you just go, I want to charge 10K without any forethought, without knowing what actually is the result that is worth 10K. It's hard to charge 10K for an offer if you don't know how to articulate and express the true value of what makes it worth 10K. I want to talk a little bit about offers that aren't business related, because you may be thinking, okay, well, it's easy for you to price your offer at 6K. The Conscious Creative Business Immersion is 6K right now. Oh, and so 10K, right? It's easy for me to charge 6K for an offer that's going to help you create 10K consistent months. It's just a no-brainer, right? So you may think, well, how can I, as a sexual embodiment facilitator, as a yoga teacher, as a creative enhancement guide, as a intuition-based coach, as a soul-based coach, as a cacao facilitator, I see some people on, as a songwriter, as a creative, how can I charge 2K, 5K, 8K, 10K if my result for my offer isn't helping people to make money? So what I want to say in this moment is that there are other people in the world that just have money, and that's not what their problem is. And just because we are here together today, wanting to get paid for our gifts and talents, there are so many people around the world that have money to spend, that love their self-development, that want to develop in other ways that have nothing to do with money. And so in this situation, in your scenario, you don't have to worry about other people's money. And in fact, I invite you to get your dirty little paws out of other people's wallets and focus on your deepest desires. And I know I'm being direct in that moment because I want you to feel what it's like, actually, for those of us who do have money and who are looking for support, but the person we're looking to be supported by is worried about me and my money. Let me worry about my finances and let me pay for what I want to pay for my self-development, and invest in myself in the ways that I want to grow. And high-paying clients think like that. So whether you have 10K consistent months or not, you still get to show up knowing that the results that your offer creates for people is worth 8K, 10K. It's actually probably worth to them like a priceless amount. Like, for example, I am in several programs on love and relationship. I'm in several programs on creating polarity in relationships. I'm in several programs on my self-development that do not have anything to do with money. And the humans that I choose to spend and invest in myself through have simply spoken to me like a full-grown adult that has a problem, that seeks to solve it, and they created an offer, and they had the confidence to price it in a way that they actually feel good about showing up and helping me. They feel great when I ask my questions. They treat me with respect because I treated them with respect. I didn't go into their inbox asking to pick their brain. I asked, how can I work with them? And so most high paying clients, they think that way. And so you get to price on results. You get to price based on the results. And me having and calling in and being in a committed, loving relationship where I'm respected is priceless to me. And everything is better together. And if I haven't been able to do it on my own, and I am a high paying client who values support, then I just go for it. I just go for it. And so you just get to see your potential clients as valuable. And then they see themselves as valuable. You get to see them as intelligent. You get to help them inside your message understand what it's costing them not to get this problem solved. And that is what I teach in the messaging module 2 of my Conscious Creative Business Immersion. I teach you exactly how to break down the value of your offer so that you're pricing it based on the transformations that are available and what it's costing people to not work with you. So let's use the example of a relationship coach again. So imagine that there is a man out there who keeps on messing up his dating life, right? He's going out, he's too sexually aroused, he's saying things without a filter, he's calling in people who don't see him in his masculinity. He's letting his wounds lead, and he's not getting the love and the respect that he truly desires. And you are a feminine embodiment coach, a love and relationship coach that teaches men how to show up in their masculine power and attract committed relationship with women that's see. So I just channeled this right now. This is not written anywhere. This is just coming from examples of people that I've worked with. So isn't that priceless? And if you speak to that person and honor that person's desires to have partnership and connection that serves and that is in integrity and that feels really great. And isn't that what we all want, right? We all want a few things in life: health, love, money, purpose. And so we get to do that work together. And how I just channeled that right now based on a situation that is hypothetical. When I have my eyes on your business and I know your skills of transformation and I know what you desire to create in this world, I'm going to help you to create a message that speaks to high paying clients so that you call them in consistently so that you meet 10K consistent months without needing to have long, convincing sales conversations. So when you really see that there are so many people out there that aren't scrimping and scrounging and trying to get, but are abundant and desire to invest in themselves, then you just get to speak to them and create a message that supports them in that desire. And then this is how we price your offers much more fluidly. Now, I started my journey with a low-cost offer. because I didn't understand this concept. I didn't understand how valuable my presence was and how valuable the results of me being in people's presence and guiding them through their process, how like valuable that result that they were able to create in their lives was. It's not about how long it is. So some people go, okay, my offer is a year long, so let me break down hourly. And the point is we no longer need to trade time for dollars anymore. We just don't. So when we price based on result, then you could have a 10K offer that is 1 day long. I have $1,000 offer that is 1 day long. I don't market it freely, but it exists. So there are no rules with this, what I want you to know. And so if you know that you can help someone, then we just get to do the work of seeing what is the value of that help. And not based on what you think people will pay, because you're basing that thought off of past experience, and maybe you haven't yet worked with a high paying client. And once you start working with them, once you start seeing that somebody gladly pays someone like you who shows up in their confidence and ability to create change, thousands of dollars, then you start to see that there are more people out there, and you start to show up as that person. It begins to feel like, of course, it begins to feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. You get the universe mirrors back to you your truest expression, which is already high value. You are already getting high value results for people. You already have made a high value shift in your life that can be priced way higher than you're pricing right now.
Hey there, visionary leader. If you're resonating with this message, I'd like to invite you into your next level life and business. Enrollment has begun for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. This is my signature group container to help you design an offer so delicious, so juicy, so based on your soul gifts that you are thrilled to invite your soulmate clients inside of it. I'm going to teach you how to promote this offer with a ton of heart and to sell out this offer with ease to meet your revenue goals. I would love to have you inside if you are a visionary leader who knows that they are great at what they do. You'd like to collapse the timeline on how long it takes to reach consistent income with an offer that you truly love. Go to the link in the show notes to apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. I will be sitting with your application individually, and I will send an email to let you know if you've been accepted in a few days after application. Thank you for trusting me with your vision, and I can't wait to see what we co-create.
My service to you is not to convince you to raise your prices. I am so here to help you feel really happy and aligned with the price that you're ready to charge. Because if you get on a sales conversation, get on a sales call, a discovery call, or DMing somebody, and you're not completely sold on the price of your offer or your high value offer, then you will repel clients with your price. So repelling clients with your price also comes with a low value, low price, because you're not low value. So you repel people because it's out of alignment. If you show up in a high value way, if you've done all this work of transformation, if you make continuous investments in yourself, and then you sell a $300 course, people question the value of it. They don't understand. It does not compute. So high value guides are repelled. And that's why you may have conversations with people and then they go and they buy something that's more expensive, maybe from someone who has less skill than you. And that's really a no fun place to be in. And that comes from your price. So we are going to price your offers based on results. Now, mistake 3 that soul-led entrepreneurs make when trying to sell a high value offer without feeling pushy, without being convincing, is they switch from offer to offer. They create something new every week based on the different methods that they have of transformation. So maybe you're great at yoga, or you've taken this certification course, or you love singing, and you love coaching, and you also love this aspect of psychology and this certain type of cacao. And you're like, how am I going to choose a niche? Well, what I'm here to say is that your high value offer isn't about your niche. Your high value offer is about the step-by-step results, the results that you can get for people in a step-by-step process. So if you go ahead and you create something new every month, even every few months, then you do need to start from scratch. And that's what holds so many people back, is they are starting from scratch with the work that we're doing here today of pricing your offer, of putting it together, of understanding who your client is, understanding who the offer is for, all the work, creating a sales page, creating content that intentionally leads people to the offer. You got to start from scratch with every new offer. Every offer is like its own business. It needs its own message, it needs its own sales page, and it needs its own thing. So imagine that you have a bunch of offers, and some of you do. I understand how overwhelming it feels when you go to sell them, because it gets a little bit wishy-washy and wobbly. Who is this offer for? So in my world, I do help my clients create more than one offer if they wish, but I help them intentionally create ascension offers so that they're moving with their client in the full spectrum of their client journey. So you may help someone at this stage of their journey get all the way to this result, like we worked out in the first session of this 4-day training, of the full transition from low-cost conscious creator with a bunch of ideas to a savvy soulpreneur making 6 figures a year with high-value offers and systems in place. Like, I work with people at different levels of their journey, and you get to as well, but your offer has to have one kind of client at one stage of their journey. And so another thing that happens when you're creating offer after offer after offer without a lot of strategy, without any strategy, or without a sound strategy and a proven strategy, is that you get burnt out, you get confused. Is this offer for this person? Who am I speaking to? And then your content gets muddled. And so this is why you go around and around creating content that doesn't actually make you money. This is why you feel like you're creating all the time, but you're not getting paid an equal amount for how much you're actually creating. And I know that you're creative. I know that you're a creator. So in my world, what you can do instead is you create the offer that you love. And each module can have a different tool, because as you've learned, it's not about the tools. So you can be a yoga teacher and a coach and a creative enhancement guide and a songwriter in one offer and have it all lead to one kind of result, or the different results that I help you to come up with inside the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. Now, how do I know this? Because I am a songwriter. That is how I am so great at plugging in these wildly big concepts and fluid creative expressions, but I can place them into a step-by-step process because that's how a song is created. You have a blob of words, some ideas and some concepts, and then there's a structure to a song. And that's how songs are created. So I'm not a songwriter. I'm a poet and a songwriter and a warrior of words first. Yeah. And then my presence is a reflection of that. And my offers are a reflection of that. So you're not going to be able to separate you from what you offer. And yet you don't have to be a yoga teacher. You don't have to call yourself a yoga teacher. You don't have to niche and box yourself in when you have an offer that you're able to bring all of you to it. So that brings me to my question yesterday that I didn't answer for Seiji, which was like, how do I know how to build my high value offer if I do so many things? And in module 3 of my create method, which is the E of create, I help you to extract the offer. I help you to actually create the steps. I help you to actually know what you're teaching in each module of your own program. And it's all done in a short amount of time. And then I'm there with you to give you feedback on that, to make sure it makes sense, to make sure you're speaking about it in ways that make sense to high paying clients only. So what I want for you to understand right now is that if you feel like my offer isn't high value or it's not selling and you get discouraged, that doesn't mean that you go and create another low cost course or another workshop, another master class. You may not even have to create another offer at all. We may just need to refine the offer you have and position it as high value. So that's available for you as well. So who here is multi-passionate? Give me a multi-passionate in the comments if you feel like you are a multi-passionate soul-led entrepreneur. Because that is something that happens to soul-led entrepreneurs who are multi-passionate, is they create offer after offer after offer. Where I want you to be creative is in your marketing. And that's where I come in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion as well, is I teach you how to create the kind of content that attracts high-paying clients, how to write a sales post, how to create consistent content, and how to disperse it in a way that makes you visible AF, makes you visible to high-paying clients in all the places that they could be without having to work more. So you are working less than you probably are now because you have a proven strategy, simple sales methods, and simple content strategy that you love, that brings your presence forward, that brings the best qualities of you forward. What I want to say to Jessica and those of you who are my past clients is if you feel like you don't want to do this alone another season, you are also very much welcome to reapply for this round of the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. I would love to support you for another 3 months. When you do that, you also see how easy it is for your clients to re-enroll in your offers and to want to be supported by you for the lifetime of their journey. So I just wanted to throw that out there because many of my past clients have been watching, and I love to support people that I specifically know their offer already and get them to that next level with their content strategy, with their simple sales strategy. So let's get to mistake number 4. The mistake number 4 that I see soul-led entrepreneurs make when selling out a high-value offer consistently is that they teach what they've learned versus what they've embodied. And this is why it feels out of alignment. So I spoke about this yesterday, but I didn't start sharing a message about consistent 10K months until I had made consistent 10K months for a year. So you may feel from certain coaches and certain business coaches that it's just a bunch of marketing bullshit. And you are wise enough and intuitive enough to sniff that out. And so high paying clients are wise enough and intuitive enough to sniff that out. So what I want you to know is that I'm not going to teach you just how to create a great message. I'm going to teach you how to deliver an epic experience based on the transformations that you embody. Because you can see by my energy, by my embodiment, that I am the go-to guide for soul-led entrepreneurs to create consistent revenue, to no longer have that feast or famine revenue, because I've been there, I've done it, and I've helped my clients do the same. So when you have that natural conviction, like we talked about yesterday, and you're no longer trying to think about what your potential clients might want and need, but you're teaching based on what you know as the expert that they need, this changes the game. This makes it so you aren't convincing them, because they are already like feeling the yes. They're feeling that yes because you are in your yes, because you are in your embodiment. So it is quite obvious when somebody is just learning something last month and then teaching it. And you wouldn't do that, right? And you might unintentionally do that if there's not somebody there with their eyes on your business. And that's the benefit of coaching in general. But the benefit of my coaching is that I've seen this mistake. I've seen this mistake happen. I've seen people one of my clients was an amazing singer, and she had two offers. She had a vocal empowerment offer, and she had a business offer. And she was also an amazing businesswoman and studied business. But she loved teaching people how to embody their voice. And every time she came to the coaching, there was resistance around helping people build a business. And so we focused on, I helped her to see that she could do whatever the fractal that she wanted. So it wasn't that she didn't have business skills or she wasn't aligned with that, but she was more embodied and more aligned with the offer of helping people to sing. And it was only this thought of, well, if I'm not helping people make money, then who's going to spend money? And it was just a thought. And we worked on that thought. And then we worked on the message that spoke to clients that wanted vocal embodiment and were willing to pay for it and were happy to pay for it without convincing. And now she has that offer on lock. She's out there singing on the internet. Her content is confident. She doesn't have to have content that feels like, ugh, I don't want to make content around business. I want to make content around singing. I want to make content around business. And I'm also a singer. I don't want to sing on the internet. I sing to the trees. So you see how you just get to be more of you, embody more of what you want, and then have the skills and infuse the skills that I teach. And we become a co-creator in that space of how you can speak to high-paying clients and work on the things that are blocking you from going out there and being the go-to guide in the niche that you want to be in, with the methods that you want to teach to people, with the wisdom that you want to infuse into your work, the legacy that you want to leave behind, the legacy and the body of work that you want to leave behind is created naturally when you love your offer. And that also makes it high value. Give me a high value if you're ready to have high value energy in the online space. And I don't want you to think that it's your energy alone. I help you in module 2 of the Conscious Creative Business Immersion to be the human who attracts high paying clients energetically. I do. And we don't stop there. This is not a program that I'm going to give you a lot of mindset things only, and you're never going to know how to sell out your high value offer. I'm going to teach you exactly how to, And I'm going to hold space for your energetic upgrades and for your resident energy to expand so that you are attractive to high paying clients. Because I used to get on the phone with people who, I said this in another session, but who were like, hey, I like your energy, you're magnetic, this is awesome, I want to work with you, I don't know what it is that you do. And this is why my sales conversations felt convincing and they felt heavy, because I wasn't at that time expressing with my message and my content and my sales skills the actual value of my offer. I was leaning too heavily on my good energy. And so you already have cool energy. You are already the wildest, boldest person you know. You're already energy in motion. You are poetry in motion. You are a messenger. And I'm going to teach you how to harness that message and create a simple sales strategy, a journey that takes people from stranger on the internet to inside your high value offer. And I'm going to teach you how to create it. And I'm going to hold space for you as you deliver it. What comes up when you're actually in delivery mode, how to onboard clients, how to offboard them with success, how to re-enroll them in your offers. So this is an entire business immersion from your greatest ideas and greatest gifts to 10K consistent months and beyond, because the skills that you learn in the business immersion are timeless. So I invite you, if any of this is resonating, to apply. If you're ready to be a high value guide with the high value offer, I invite you to apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. Doors are open now. We begin the first week in August with the 3 months of coaching, but you get access to all 6 modules right now to start making money, to start crafting your high value offer, to start putting it all together and start speaking about it ways and that makes sense to high paying clients. And then we get to, over the 3 months, go deep with whatever you bring to the container. All of you is welcome. My clients are vulnerable. They're here. You can ask them. We've cried together. We've laughed together. We've created money together. Mia says it's clicking for me. It sounds like you're embodied in both singing and business, but you love to sing to the trees and love coaching people on business. So it's about where you prefer to direct your energy and services. And something else is coming through on that is like, if next month I decide to be a singing coach, I will just fucking do that. But why I can do that is because I know exactly how to bring an offer to 10K consistent months. So I want you to bring your offer to 10K consistent months before you go around switching your niche or trying to create another offer or doing this or doing that. Because, I mean, if you really want to switch your offer, you can, just like I helped my client to focus on her singing offer. And I wouldn't do that all willy-nilly. That took coaching, that took reflection, that took strategy for that to work, right? Stacy says it's the most powerful program I've ever done, and I'm just getting started. Oh, Stacy, thank you. I just received a beautiful reflection from Stacy in my inbox, and I love that. That's why we do this work as well. And all of you, when you call in your high-paying clients that value the work that you do, you will get those notes on the regular. You probably already do, but you want more of them, right? Amazing. Great. So that wraps it up. So I'll just get into, just kind of reiterate the 4 essential ingredients. So 1 is deep, intimate support woven into your offer. Your presence is more valuable than videos. And if you want to create those videos, you can. Like I said, I have them. I have all the worksheets you need. And the coaching is really where it's at, right? Just like this 4-day event, like you're getting so much out of it for free. Imagine if we had 3 months together. And then 2, a price that represents transformation, not the price that your neighbor's pricing, but a price that represents transformation for you, grows you to your edge that you feel good showing up for, and your clients feel stretched to their edge, like it's actually valuable. They see it from the price alone. And then 3 a memorable name and a crystal clear subtitle, the ability to articulate what is the value of your offer. That's what it is. And just the title and the subtitle alone can do that when you get it right. And then 4, a signature process you intentionally designed for your clients' results. So delivery of your offer. And many, many coaches teach marketing and sales, but I am going to help you to be a high value guide and deliver so that nobody second guesses their investment in your offer. And stay tuned for day 4. And tomorrow we're going to go into integrity selling techniques. And this is for you if you are desiring to sell in heart-centered ways. You want to feel great about the space that you hold for people to choose to invest with you. And you won't ever feel pushy. You won't ever feel sneaky or like you're selling after tomorrow's session. Great. Well, that's all we have today, folks. I love you so much, and I will see you tomorrow.